O- Okay, we are live. Trash Mouth Fantasy Football Playoff Podcast, Round 1. We have a first time entry, and it might be at the right time. The Grim Reapers Western Division champ.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And it's been a long time since I talked to you, pal.
All right, Grim Reapers, let's get right to it. Total annihilation of the surging G-Men. You beat them for the Western Division title in the last week. You showed up, and like somebody said, I think it was Ray Lewis, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. I got a list. I got a laundry list longer than a laundromat. Todd Gurley, Breeze, Michael Thomas, Devontae Freeman. Do I need to go on? Should I stop now or can just keep going, Grim?
You can stop right now. I think the G-Men wish that I stopped on Sunday.
Todd Gurley, 4 touchdowns in the playoffs. I gotta look back. I have people working OT trying to find out the last running back to score 4 touchdowns in a playoff week. We'll get on that with Tracy. G-Men was running his mouth. He thought he had you beat. You're going back and forth on trash talk. What do you got to say to G-Men specifically? Because he was surging. You were calling him the G-strings. This is what it is on Trash Talk, Trash Mouth Podcast. We get right to the point.
That's it, man. We got to do it. It's called Trash Mouth Football, Fantasy Football League for a reason. And it's obvious that he doesn't like that I don't acknowledge his team's name, and I gotta put him in his place. You know, he plays second fiddle to me in that division. It's been like that for 3 years. He's my proverbial punching bag in that division. So he had to be put in his place this week, and it could have been a lot worse for him. There was a lot of plays that I missed out on points, but I'm pretty sure he's humbled and he can start his Christmas shopping early and start planning his draft strategies for next year.
There you go. Grim Reap is calling it like it is. Impressive blowout win versus the G-Men. Reaching the Super Bowl now for the second time in the last 3 years. First time ever a rookie GM has made the championship twice in 3-year period. What do you think of your team, your drafting, your in-season management, which was excellent, the Landrys, the Ingrams, the Michael Thomases, the Freemans? These kinds of moves are what are championship moves.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we had a little bit more leeway this year with the rule change, and we can have a roster move every week. You got to take full advantage of that, and you got to keep monitoring. And like Parcells used to say, you got to stir the bottom of the barrel. You got to keep churning. If somebody doesn't fit well on your team, you just see he's not producing. You wait till Tuesday morning at 9. Fastest finger gets there, get the player you want, and that's where you got to see people that are trending upwards, and you got to be able to adjust on the go. And I think I did a good job of that this year.
There you go. That's the in-season management. You don't got to take a course in college to get that degree. Grim Reapers obviously passed out with a flying grade. All right, we got a question. Moving on. Tiffany from New Orleans just got off of Bourbon Street drinking a nice, cool, hot, cold drink. The Hurricane, a famous drink. She's somewhat a little leery, but she did come across with this question, asking the Grim Reapers, does Drew Brees need a 3-touchdown game to propel you versus Atlanta in a tough divisional matchup in the NFC South?
It's funny she mentions that question because I was looking at the numbers and my projections for this week, and not necessarily. I think I have enough depth on my team that Mr. Breeze, I'd be satisfied with 2. I've got to be honest with you. If he can give me 2, and it is especially a hookup to Mr. Thomas, number 13, then we're in good shape. And I'd think we're going to be all right. I don't need to hit 3, but I'll gladly take 3 if he wants to offer me that.
All right, there you go. Breaking it down, the Breeze breakdown. All right, you've made the Super Bowl. Tough to get to the playoffs. Tough to even get to the Super Bowl. You're playing Whoop Ass Inc., the #1 seed, #1 in points. He lost 3 major parts in Wentz. He righted the ship with Foles. He lost Antonio Brown. He probably is going to lose Adams. You're 2-0 versus him. This guy had 3 losses, and 2 of them were to you. You know how to beat this guy. What do you got to do now to beat him in the Super Bowl 4?
Well, Whoop-Ass Inc., he's had a great season. This is, he's probably been the best regular season, not probably, he has been the best regular season GM for 2 years running. I take my hat off to him. He does a great job during the year. But, I don't know, it seems like I seem to have his number. I mean, there's a GM in our league that has my number. I don't know how he does it, but he beats me regularly. And I just seem to have his number. So hopefully that trend continues this weekend. And I put Mr. Whoop-Ass Inc., put him to bed. Put him to bed for the rest of the year. And hopefully get my first crown.
All right, Whoop-Ass, breaking down Whoop-Ass Inc., trying to win his first title in his 3rd season. All right, Grim Reapers, obviously this is your first trip on the show. We're giving you a little bonus time, which you rightfully deserve on the Trash Mouth podcast show. You score the most points. You can hang around. You can drink a nice, cool drink in the waiting room. You can talk to Tracy, Samantha, Butch, Larry, all members of the trend tracking staff worked exceptionally well this year. What do you got to say for the rest of the league, the other 6 GMs that are not in Super Bowl 4? What do you got to tell them?
For the other 6 GMs, it's without a doubt, this is my favorite league I play in. It's competitive. It's amazing, the trash talk. But you gotta, it seems like everybody's stuck in the same place. It's like they're stuck in the mud, the other GMs. They refuse to adjust. And with changing times and rules, you gotta adjust. And these guys refuse to. So these guys will keep wallowing in the mire. And I'll just keep making playoff appearances year after year. But as far as GMs in particular, no, it's been a great year for the Grim Reapers. Like I said, the commissioner does a great job, Mr. Six Shooters. I commend you. It's a tough loss, losing by half a point, unbelievable. But he had a great season. He didn't have a great draft night, and that goes to show you how good he is. He gets all the way to the semifinals. He still made the playoffs. But it's just me and Whoop-Ass Inc. I'll see him this weekend, and hopefully his team shows up. Well, half his team is in the infirmary this week. A little bit of a mash unit, but I'll take a win any way I can get it. So as long as I'm ahead of him on Monday night, that's all I care about.
There you go, Grim Reapers calling out the rest of the GMs. And I've had many calls, I've had many text messages responding. Grim Reapers is slowly and surging as becoming kind of like the Dallas Cowboys, the team that you'd love to hate. And the only way you're going to shut Grim Reapers up is you got to beat them. And so far, nobody's been able to do it other than Sal last year. He's made the Super Bowl. He's looking to win it. And he's winning. You heard the guy. Adjustments. This is 2018. This is 1995. You have moves, trending, teams, rise, fall, surging, doing crap. You want to sit back and wait? You can wait. But the aggressive GMs in this league, like Grim Reapers, will take advantage of your snooze, you lose attitude.
That's right.
So there you go. Bonus for Grim Reapers to all the GMs. calling them out. Wake up. This is how you win in the fantasy football. Grim Reapers, good luck in Super Bowl 4 versus Whoop Ass Inc. We'll be touching base with you over the weekend to see if we can somehow negotiate. We'll talk about that offline on setting up an appearance to watch some games. We'll talk offline.
Yeah, whatever you guys want have planned. I'm in. I'm sorry I couldn't make the semifinal round in NYC this weekend. Some other matters came up, but I was there in spirit with you guys, and I wish I could have seen G-Men struggling and crying at that bar. That would have been a great moment.
All right, there you go. Grim Reapers on the phone, the podcast. We have one more podcast left, and I'm sure Grim Reapers is expecting to be on it.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much.